So a lot of people have been looking to buy homes lately, but they're wondering, is it the right time, right? Well, we have some great data for you that just came out in this past July that's going to help you make that decision. So Noski, let's get right into it, bro, because it's a lot of things I got to look into.
Yeah, for sure. So everything we share will be in the description below for you guys to follow along. And before we get started, please make sure you like this video, and it helps us out a lot if you also subscribe to the channel. So get to that right now, man. But let's get right into it, right? So the U.S. housing market overview. This is from Redfin, and this is for July. So as you can see, it says that the median sales price went up 1.3% year over year. So that really means from last July, so July 2022 to July of 2023, we did see a 1.3% increase. Now, Rel, is that shocking to you by any chance, bro?
It's like it is, but it's not. The only reason it's not is because I'm thinking about inventory, which I know we'll get into. But like, bro, we had what 10 straight rate hikes and more projected rate hikes coming. It's just like, why the heck are houses prices still up year over year after all of that? That's nuts. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it is a little worrisome, right? Like what's actually going on. And it even says like on average, the number of homes sold was down 14.7% year over year, and there were 445,000 homes available or sold in July this year, which is down from last year. So if you guys think about it, this is all like a perfect combination of low inventory. There's just not enough homes available. Two, high interest rates. Because right now, as you can see, this is saying right now 6.8%. I saw something that said 7.5% actually. So there's like different numbers right now. So so you got high interest rates, low inventory, and then the third one, which I think is kind of crazy, is people just don't want to move out because they were able to refinance, which also plays a part in that low inventory world, bro. Like people were able to refinance back in 2022, back in even 2021, when interest rates were so low that they're like, yo, why would I ever move?
Like literally, like there's so many people that's really sitting there with 3% interest rates. Like that's, and then you got, like we said, like give or take 7% right now.
Yep.
A lot of people not leaving their home, bro. They're not leaving. So it's gonna keep inventory down because we need people to leave their homes for those homes to become available. But nobody wants to leave, and it's kind of putting us in a tough spot.
I wonder, you think there's people even having jobs right now for people who were refinancing? You know how you need like refinancing managers and you need mortgage people who actually refinance the entire loan. Do you think they even have jobs right now? Is anyone refinancing?
If that's their only function of their job, I know they're struggling right now. Hopefully they have other things to kind of keep them busy. Because if it's strictly about refinancing, I'm sure refinancing is definitely at like some real lows right now.
It's gotta be lows, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so let's go into supply now. So this is the crazy part. And this is just straight data. So the number of homes available for sale. So this is supply. Once again, year over year is from last July 2022 to this July of 2023, 17.8. I'm gonna just say 18%. It's really 18%, right? It went down. So that's how many homes that you saw decline. That's ridiculous. Number of newly listed homes also went down 24%. So I don't even know it, but bro, there's just not inventory. So people have been asking us like, yo, should we buy or not? Let's get into it. Like, what do you think?
I mean, personally, I think, yo, listen, the inventory problem is going to be here for a while. I'm going to be real with y'all. That's going to be here for a long time. So at this point, if you can find a good deal, I think you should lock it in because yes, we have high interest rates. So everyone's expecting, oh man, after all these rate hikes, prices got to go down. But we just seen from last July, before he really even went crazy with rate hikes, to this July, after what 10 straight rate hikes, we got the highest interest rates that we've had in years, decades. But at the prices still went up. Like prices literally still went up. So at this point, it's like, yo, what are we waiting on? You might as well, if you find a good deal, lock it in, and hopefully down the line, if he starts to decrease rates, you can always refinance it. But right now, it doesn't seem like home prices is going to be coming down too significantly for you.
Yeah, I agree, bro. I think at the end of the day, I'm personally looking to buy a home right now. I'm trying to house hack that situation. And at the end of the day, a lot of people are asking me, like, why are you buying? So it's literally what Rel just said, because interest rates are still projected to go up. Don't get it twisted. They're still projected to go up. So we might go from 7.5% to 8%. And then we're going to mess around next year, come June, July, and it's going to be like, oh, Jerome Powell is decreasing interest rates. And then you're going to see the media go crazy. and then everyone's gonna start being like, oh, let me start buying, bro. They're decreasing it from 8 to 7.75. So you're saying back this time period right now in 2023, when you could have bought and solidified at 7.5 or even 7 point, just flat, you could have got that rate, but no, you waited. So it doesn't make sense.
And here's the thing, bro. Like right now, rates are still high. When Jerome Powell actually decreases interest rates, what do you think that's going to do? It's going to send a lot of it's going to send demand into the market. People are going to actually start moving around, and home prices are going to go up again. So home prices are going up with rates high, and home prices are still going to go up again with rates low. So either way, home prices are going up in both scenarios. It's tough.
Yep, exactly. And then look at the demand, right? And this is why. So if you guys just noticed, you see the months of supply is 2. It didn't move year over year. It really didn't. And then there's the number of days that the actual home is staying on the market is 29 days. That's up year over year. It ties back perfectly because no one wants to buy it. Like, I'm not saying no one, but not a lot of people actually are dying to buy a home right now. The demand is super low because 1, affordability is an issue with student loan payments coming back. But 2, it's since the price is high, interest rate's high, it's like, yo, we can wait. Let's try to find a deal. Maybe we should continue renting if you're in the right market. And that's why it says the homes average price, you see a 2.7% drop. You see homes sold above listing price, there is a 9% drop, right? 9 points, I should say. So it's like the demand is just not there right now because of interest rates. So nothing's moving. And then on top of that, it coincides perfectly with supply. So it's a terrible storm to be a part of.
Nah, it's a horrible storm. I'm telling you, man. If you find a great deal, just lock it in.
That's a fact. But let's talk about this, right? So we're talking about should you go and buy a home or not. Before we get into Zillow, if you're still watching, like the video right now. Please do it. And subscribe to the channel.
Definitely subscribe.
But look, right? So Zillow thinks U.S. homes are set to surge more than 6% next year. This came out in August 28. Why are they thinking that? So when you actually go down, don't get scared. I don't want you guys to get scared. Zillow is not like the overall market maker, but it is a huge player, right? So you see Redfin is expecting a 4% decline. Realtor.com is expecting a 0.6% decline in home prices. But Zillow is basing its prediction on the shortage in housing inventory. Limited for sale inventory continues to push home prices upward even as mortgage rates remain elevated. It's just really that simple.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know personally. Like, I think, guys, if you think about it, like, I want to show you guys this as well, because just think about it, right? Look at the average sales price. So this is essentially from 1963, which is crazy. But over time, it just goes up, man. Even in 08 and 09, when we saw that crash happen, yeah, it stayed down, of course. But let's just say you even bought at the top in 07. You were right back 6 years later. You know what I mean? Yeah. You were literally right back 6 years later.
And that's a great point to make. It's like, because mind you, this is a home or somewhere you're living in. And even if it's an investment property, you should only be buying an investment property if you're going to be cash flowing it anyways, right? Or if you expect, obviously, if you're buying for appreciation, yes, your equity should hopefully increase over time. But that's what we're seeing here. Even if you just waited 6 years, well, you're right back where you bought it at. So no matter what, it's like, in your situation, if you just stay put, you don't have to wait too long for prices to come back in your favor, even if you bought at the top, because that was literally the worst crash ever. And people were right back, you know what I mean? And they were right back in 6 years. So we're not going to experience 08 again. I think everybody knows that. So since we're not experiencing 08.
People are thinking like we're going to go back to 08. There's a lot of YouTubers, there's a lot of just financial news. But I think the biggest difference is really inventory. I think that is the largest and most, just that common area right there is way too big to be ignored.
All the factors are different as well. People gotta realize the employment situation is also different right now. We have like record unemployment, record low unemployment. Like, people have jobs, people have money, people have equity in their houses. Everything is different. That we were stimulated the economy beforehand, like through COVID. So it wasn't even like it wasn't real stimulation. Like, it wasn't like a need for real stimulation. It was COVID why we had to stimulate the economy. And then now we're in this situation where it's like people have money, inflation's high, they have equity. It's kind of wild what's going on in the economy right now. It's different.
Here's another thing. Since you're mentioning COVID, we gotta like look at it, right? This is where a lot of the financial real estate news happened. So in 2020, it was 374,000, and this is the run up that we're talking about. Like, this run up was absolutely insane. Like, you got as high as $552,000. But look, we came down to 495. That's already a 10% drop, which is pretty decent, honestly. Which is actually pretty decent. It's not like it continued to run up to $600,000. Like, we saw a pullback, and it might be seasonal. We might see another mini pullback as well. But at the end of the day, it should continue to go up, because I don't want to say homes always go up no matter what, because you do see some type of pullback. But this chart just kind of speaks for me right now.
Yeah, and everybody knows that eventually Jerome Powell is going to have to decrease rates. When he decreases rates, watch those home prices skyrocket again. So no matter what, it's going back up. And
also, just think about it, guys. Like, in 2022, I'll be the first one to say I was a part of this crowd as well. Like, we didn't want to buy anything because we were like, prices are so high. So Q4 2022, if you bought a home at this top price, at that low of an interest rate, you actually are paying less on your mortgage than you buying a home now with an 8 or 7% interest rate.
That's
facts. Those 4 points matter a lot, guys. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even though sales prices and interest rates come together, you have to do your math. If it makes sense for you, which in my eyes right now, like for me, it makes sense, I'm going to do it. But for you guys, if it doesn't make sense, you guys shouldn't do it. As simple as that.
I'm in full agreement, bro. Full agreement.
But if you guys are still watching, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment below what your thoughts are on real estate. If you guys are interested in more real estate videos, we would love to hear some feedback. Also, hit that little notification bell because we drop
2 videos a week,
and you do not want to miss them. We had a fire episode that we dropped on Monday. Make sure you guys check that out. But we'll catch you next Monday. Until then, peace.
Peace.
Soundstripe.